It feels like the top of the world up here. We are high in the Andes Mountains of Bolivia, 3 miles above sea level. The clouds below obscure our destination. Somewhere down there in the rolling mist is a treacherous mountain track they brazenly call the world's most dangerous road. It is that road that brought this group of adventurers to this lung-sapping, bone-chilling locale just after sunrise.
In order to do this, we're going to run through some basic techniques.
All of these travelers have signed up enthusiastically for what they hope will be the ride of a lifetime.
Basically, we want 2 fingers on the brakes, 3 fingers on the handlebars at all time.
24-year-old Jeff Klassen arrived in Bolivia from Nepal, where he climbed to the base of Everest. This is what he's doing for an encore.
Just why do you want to do this road that's called the world's most dangerous road?
The excitement, the thrill. We went, when I first knew that I was coming to South America, the first things we had to check off were Galapagos Islands, Machu Picchu, and we knew we were coming to Bolivia, so it had to be Death Road.
That is a literal translation of the Spanish, El Camino de la Muerte, a seriously menacing name for what we would soon discover is a seriously scary road. It is little more than a narrow ledge carved into the mountainside, a 2-way road often no wider than a single car, a rocky ribbon of blind corners and hairpin turns. It has been the only route from the farmlands up to the capital, La Paz, with a staggering annual death toll in the hundreds as people in cars, buses, and trucks have plunged to death over the sheer cliffside. Which is why, in 1995, the Inter-American Development Bank labeled this the world's most dangerous road.
These brakes are really, really good. So you're only ever going to apply them calmly and gently while smiling and singing a happy tune. Okay?
Well, okay. Having come this far, it seemed like there was only one way to tell this story. I joined the group.
We just cut your brake cables.
New Zealander Alistair Matthew and his company, Gravity-Assisted Mountain Biking, have guided more than 30,000 adrenaline-addicted mountain bikers down the road over the last 10 years.
What do you think the appeal of this is for people?
You know what it all is? It's called bragging rights.
The emphasis on safety is reassuring. Sort of.
On every single corner, you're changing which foot is where. So right hand corner, right hand knee up. Left hand corner, left hand knee up.
Rachel Studdert was persuaded to come here from Birmingham, England by her husband.
Check the insurance policy first.
He assures me it's safe.
Are you at all frightened?
I am a little, yeah, but it's a fear that I still got to do it.
We're going to share a little bit of a blessing with Pachamama, who is the Bolivian Earth Goddess. She's going to be happy with us, and she's not going to need a blood sacrifice today. Okay?
Ooh, cheers.
I'm ready.
The ride begins gently enough. We will cover 60 miles and drop from 16,000 feet above sea level to 5,000 feet, traveling from the high plains of the Andes through the clouds to the subtropical jungles of the Amazon.
You're gonna kill me, man.
The first 15 miles are paved, which gives us all a chance to get used to the bikes and the terrain and the traffic. It is not the kind of day they show you in the travel brochures. Thankfully, there are regular stops, giving the laggards a chance to catch up, and Alistair a chance to brief us on the adventures ahead.
The bad news is we're at 11,400 feet above sea level here, which means there's very little oxygen. You are going to find it tough on this section. It's about 3 miles, 3.5 miles of pedaling mostly uphill.
The elements add to the challenge: sleet and pelting rain and a wet, slippery road.
One more big hill to go.
Human legs were not designed to pedal bikes at this altitude.
I'd love to stop and chat, but...
For Rachel, or Rachel's legs, it was too much.
It's like you betrayed my weakness. There was no oxygen in the air. I just couldn't breathe. I was just really, really tired. So I had to get off the bike and walk. Shame.
The fun part is over.
Just round the corner, it's going to get about 1/3 as wide, a little bit steeper, bumpier, slipperier and muddier. Off to our left, there will be anything from 300 foot to about 1,000 foot parachuting options.
We'll have to take him at his word. The thick fog obscures our view of the treacherous drop. It is true that you don't have to do a lot of pedaling, but it would be a mistake to think that going downhill here is easy. It takes concentration. One wrong move really could be fatal.
I had a bit of a fall back there. I decided to say hello to the ground.
What happened?
It was too bumpy. It was really loose gravel and I just hit the gravel and just went to the side. But fortunately went to cliffside rather than drop side.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. Absolutely, just my pride.
But for adrenaline junkies, what a thrill, especially when the clouds lift. You want to look up and look around, but you can't. Keep those eyes on the road.
Have you been frightened at all?
On every corner. No, it's lots of fun. It gets your heart rate going, but yeah, it's lots of fun.
One reason bikers can have fun here these days, this is no longer the main road. A year ago, a brand new highway opened connecting La Paz to the Yungas Valley, a feat of engineering financed with millions of dollars of foreign aid. But as Bolivians know all too well, Mother Nature just doesn't seem to want roads in these valleys. Keeping the new road open is proving to be as challenging as building it. With the new road open, the fabled old road is now the preserve of local farmers and a thrill for thousands of bikers. And just in case you're feeling cocky and overconfident, there are those crosses lining the roadway in memory of the thousands who have died here cascading over the cliff sides. And the road is still a killer. Since mountain biking began here 10 years ago, 11 bikers have died, 2 in the last year.
So the first person who ever died biking the road with a company pretty much just rode straight off the edge here. They'd been complaining pretty much all day that their brakes weren't working well, and she pretty much just rode straight off a 800-foot cliff.
Alistair is quick to add that his company, the largest and not the cheapest, has never lost a cyclist.
Well, we're well past halfway. The clouds have lifted. It's now turning into a spectacular day, and it's certainly a lot more fun. When you see around here, you can see why people are drawn to this place. So far that we know of, 2 falls, so it's kind of a sobering reminder to get a little more confident on these bikes, that you don't want to get too confident because it still is a really precipitous drop. But I kind of get it now.
It is a lot easier when the road is dry and the sun is shining.
We're almost at the end. Okay, we've got about 20-25 minutes from here.
Like the best of the theme park rides, the road saves a few thrills for the finale. A few splashes, some gentle coasting, and we arrive safely at the end. Even Jeff, the guy who climbed Everest Base Camp, pronounces himself impressed.
This could be the highlight.
Really?
Really. Everest might be a touch higher. This is close though. I felt safe the whole time, but you're that close with one error to slipping off the edge and you're done. It's a big rush.
So, you're smiling.
It's hysteria.
It's hysteria. Is there a sense of relief?
A huge sense of relief. I am so glad it's over.
3, 2, 1, whiskey!
Now, how many people can go home and say they biked down the world's most dangerous road and live to tell the tale? Talk about bragging rights. I'm Jeffrey Kaufman for Nightline at the end of the road near Coroico, Bolivia.